One of the math games that we like to play is Shut the Box. We actually have a version called Double Shutter. This version, I don't remember how much we picked it up for, but I just checked on Amazon and it's like $17. It's really simple, but it can be fun, especially for learning addition facts. So this is Double Shutter. The regular Shut the Box would just have one line of flip down tiles, but this one has two. And I think it adds a nice layer of complexity to it. But even if you just had the original Shut the Box, it would be helpful too. So you start with all of your number tiles up. There's so many different variations I've seen on the rules, and we have kind of done our own hybrid thing. I would think that, so Kai is 4 years old right now, and as he gets older, I think that we could start making this more complex, but right now, most of the time, the way we play it is we have the person roll. And so in this case, it would be 12. So with this one, there's no way to do it where it's just one flip down. But if it were something beneath 9, you could. So if we had rolled a 3 and a 3, for instance, you could flip down a 6. But with this case, I'm going to go ahead and flip down, say, a 7 and a 5. So you can see how the numbers in the back are going backwards. So oftentimes that means you'll have, a 3 and a 3, but you might not have a 1 at all if you had already flipped down the 1 in the front. So in this case, I flipped down the 7 and the 5. You can use any combination. Right now, we really just do 1 or 2 flip downs, but it would be pretty feasible to go ahead and do, 7, 3, and 2 instead. The way that we play, we have it so that we pass the tin around or back and forth if it's just me and Kai. And the last person who can flip something down wins. But each person gets a try. So if most of them were down and you couldn't go, you get a second roll. If you still can't go, then you pass the tin, they roll. If they can't go, and they only get one try. So if they can't go, they pass it on to the next person. And if it comes back to you, the person right before you wins. There's several different variations, like I said, and in the box comes these rules of the game. There's all of the rules in here are multi-round. We don't really play multi-round. I suppose you could, but we just say that whoever was the last person is the winner. I've seen it where people play a variation somewhat similar to what we do, and then they write down, okay, this person got 1 point, and you're playing to X number of points, like 5 or 10. Usually when we play this as a family, we play it 4 or 5 times. It just kind of depends on how we're doing, on how Kai is doing. You could actually do this multiple ways. You could probably even do this with just some index cards. If you were to write down like 1 through 9 and then roll 2 dice and flip them until the last one flipped over, you could do that. And I have seen that suggested. I've seen where people just write down the numbers 1 through 9 and they roll. This is a really good way to learn addition facts. And like I said, less than $20, it's one of the best addition fact learning games that we've found. Most of the time we still have Kai, like I said, he's 4, so most of the time we still have him count the dots to add it up, but I've seen him progress some, mainly just using this and some of the other things we've done, to where he doesn't need to do that as much, but it's definitely still a possibility. So it's not like your kid has to know how to add. Now the ages on the box say 8 to adult. Kai's 4. He plays. I could see having a bunch of children playing together. I don't know that it would work well with, say, a 4-year-old and a 12-year-old and a 30-year-old. You could do it, but you would have to have the 12-year-old and the adult be understanding and have some limitations on them. So that's the math game that I wanted to show everybody today. If you like this video, let me know, and I'll look at making more in the future.